It was a day like any other in the sleepy village of Aylesbeare, Devon. The sun beat down, casting long shadows on the quiet lanes. Children's laughter echoed through the air, a soundtrack to a carefree summer afternoon. August 19th, 1978, seemed like an ordinary day, but in a fleeting moment, everything changed. The tranquility was ripped apart, replaced by a silence more profound, more unsettling than any sound. Genette Tate, a bright-spirited 13-year-old, had been cycling with a friend. Their laughter spilled onto the quiet lane, their bicycles gliding along the familiar path. Suddenly, the friend raced ahead, leaving Genette behind for a few moments. It was a childish impulse, a fleeting decision that would forever haunt the idyllic village. When the friend glanced back, expecting to see Genette close behind, there was nothing but an eerie emptiness. The road stretched out, deserted and silent. Panic began to rise, a knot of dread tightening in the pit of her stomach. Where could Genette be? The image that greeted them moments later was chilling. Genette's bicycle lay sprawled on the ground, its wheels still spinning. Newspapers entrusted to her for delivery were scattered like fallen leaves, their headlines screaming into the sudden silence. But of Genette, there was no sign. The idyllic facade of Aylesbeare crumbled. Fear snaked its way through the village, replacing the carefree atmosphere with a chilling unease. The search for Genette began, a desperate scramble against time. Every nook and cranny was scoured, every haystack overturned, every shadow scrutinized. The village, once a picture of tranquility, was transformed into a scene of frantic activity. Police cars, their sirens wailing, shattered the afternoon quiet. Neighbors, their faces etched with worry, joined the search parties. But as the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the now silent fields, hope began to dwindle. The disappearance of Genette Tate sent shockwaves far beyond the borders of Aylesbeare. The nation held its breath, clinging to the hope that the young girl would be found safe. Newspapers splashed her picture across their front pages, her story a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of ordinary life. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and still there was no sign of Genette. Hope, once a flickering flame, began to sputter and fade. The investigation, despite its intensity, seemed to hit one dead end after another. The mystery of Genette Tate, the girl who vanished into thin air, refused to yield its secrets. As the investigation into Genette's disappearance stalled, a chilling realization dawned on the investigators. This was no ordinary missing child case. The circumstances pointed to something far more sinister. Whispers of abduction, of a predator lurking, began to circulate. The investigation took a grim turn. Experienced detectives felt a shiver down their spines. The lack of evidence was unsettling. It was as if Genette had simply vanished. The case took a darker turn with a terrifying realization. Genette's disappearance bore similarities to unsolved child abductions across the UK. A pattern began to emerge, linking Genette's case to a shadowy figure. The thought of a serial predator sent a chill through the hearts of investigators and the public alike. The case, already a tragedy, now took on the dimensions of a nightmare. The hunt for Genette became a desperate race against time, a race to stop a monster before he could claim another victim. Among the names whispered in hushed tones, one stood out with terrifying clarity: Robert Black. A name synonymous with darkness, a specter that haunted the dreams of parents across the UK. Black, a Scottish long-distance lorry driver, was no stranger to the dark underbelly of society. His past was a tapestry woven with threads of depravity, a chilling testament to the horrors one man could inflict. Black's history of violence against young girls was well documented. His crimes, each one more horrific than the last, painted a picture of a predator driven by insatiable darkness. He moved like a phantom, preying on the vulnerable, snatching innocence with chilling ease. By 1990, Black's reign of terror had finally come to an end. He was apprehended in a dramatic arrest, caught red-handed with a young girl bound and gagged in his van. The relief, however, was bittersweet. While Black's capture brought a sense of closure to some, for the families of his other victims, the nightmare continued. The focus now shifted to Black's past, to the long list of unsolved child disappearances that had haunted the UK for decades. Could Robert Black, the monster unmasked, be the key to unlocking the mystery of Genette Tate's disappearance? Section 5. A Trail of Terror. The investigation into Robert Black's past read like a descent into the abyss. Each crime scene, each victim's story, was a chilling testament to the depths of his depravity. His modus operandi, marked by meticulous planning and cold-blooded execution, left investigators grappling with the monstrous nature of his crimes. Black's victims, all young girls, were snatched from their lives with chilling randomness. A playground, a quiet street corner, a walk home from a friend's house. Each abduction was a stark reminder of the vulnerability of innocence in the face of pure evil. As investigators delved deeper into Black's past, they uncovered a pattern of behavior as disturbing as it was baffling. Black, it seemed, was driven by a compulsion so profound, so deeply ingrained, that it defied rational explanation. He was a predator who stalked his prey across continents, his hunger for darkness insatiable. The evidence against Black, circumstantial though it was, painted a damning picture. His known movements, his predilection for abducting young girls, his chilling lack of remorse, all pointed towards him as the prime suspect in Genette's disappearance. Section 6. The Elusive Link. Despite the mounting circumstantial evidence, the case against Robert Black in connection with Genette Tate's disappearance remained frustratingly incomplete. The puzzle pieces were there, scattered across years of investigation, but the crucial linking piece, the irrefutable proof, remained elusive. Forensics, still in its relative infancy in the 1970s, offered tantalizing clues but no definitive answers. The technology of the time, though advanced for its day, lacked the sophistication to extract the kind of DNA evidence that could definitively link Black to Genette's disappearance. The investigation, hampered by the limitations of technology and the passage of time, seemed to hit one dead end after another. Witnesses, their memories faded by the years, offered conflicting accounts. Evidence, meticulously collected and analyzed, yielded tantalizing clues but no concrete breakthroughs. The passage of time, a double-edged sword in any investigation, had both helped and hindered the pursuit of justice for Genette. While it had allowed for advancements in forensic technology, it had also blurred the lines of memory and scattered crucial evidence to the winds. Section 7. Lost in the Maze. The case of Genette Tate, once a national obsession, began to fade from the headlines. Years turned into decades, and the trail, once hot with the promise of justice, grew cold. Robert Black, the monster who haunted the shadows, remained tantalizingly out of reach, his secrets buried beneath layers of time and deceit. The police, though never officially closing the case, were forced to admit defeat. Leads dried up, witnesses recanted or passed away, and the evidence, once so promising, crumbled under the weight of time. The file on Genette Tate, however, remained open, a haunting reminder of a promise unfulfilled. For Genette's family, the pain of her loss remained as raw as ever. The not knowing, the uncertainty of her fate gnawed at their souls. They were trapped in a perpetual limbo of grief, denied the closure that comes with finding their beloved Genette. The village of Aylesbeare, once a symbol of innocence lost, slowly began to heal. Life, as it always does, went on. But the memory of Genette Tate lingered, a ghost that haunted the lanes and whispered on the wind. Section 8. Ghosts of Aylesbeare. Despite the official impasse, the case of Genette Tate refused to die. It became a cold case, its files gathering dust on a shelf, yet its chilling details continued to fascinate and horrify in equal measure. Amateur sleuths, their imaginations fired by the unsolved mystery, pored over the details, hoping to uncover the elusive clue that had eluded seasoned detectives. Theories, ranging from the plausible to the outlandish, abounded. Some clung to the belief that Black, despite the lack of concrete evidence, was responsible for Genette's disappearance. Others, pointing to inconsistencies in the timeline and the lack of a definitive link, explored alternative scenarios. Rumors like tendrils of smoke curled around the case. Whispers of a botched abduction, of a local with a dark secret, of a conspiracy of silence circulated in the pubs and on the streets of Aylesbeare. The village, once a place of idyllic charm, became synonymous with the unsolved mystery that haunted its heart. The case of Genette Tate, a microcosm of the enduring power of mystery, served as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring strength of hope. It was a case that defied easy answers, a puzzle with missing pieces that continued to tantalize and torment. Section 9. A cold case still burns. In 2007, hope emerged from the cold case. Advances in DNA technology offered the possibility of linking Robert Black to Genette's disappearance. Samples were re-examined under modern science. The results proved inconclusive. Evidence pointed towards Black, but not enough for prosecution. Hope flickered and died, leaving Genette's family in limbo. The case remains unsolved. Robert Black died in prison, taking his secrets to the grave. Aylesbeare bears the scars of the past. The mystery of Genette Tate continues to haunt the UK. It stands as a testament to hope, justice, and memory. The search for truth, like a flickering candle, refuses to be extinguished.